Hi guys, welcome back to my channel for the love of glitter. Today I'm so excited to be reviewing for you this BH Cosmetics, this covers my entire face, Color Festival collection. So I bought the box as soon as it launched because it cost the same price as if you were to buy the brushes and the palette together. So I thought, why not get the box because it'll be good for storage, but also it's really pretty, and when I take pictures for like Instagram and stuff like that, it'll be a good kind of background also, so that's why I wanted it. Continuously goes in and out of stock, so keep an eye out. I think it did increase, the price did, because the palette increased, but so did the brushes. I know at one point this palette was on sale for $15. I got it for $18. It's originally $20. So if you purchase the box set, you get this huge box like I did. You open it up. Inside it has this cute Ferris wheel, which I did, well, I think it was a cute little brush video with it. And then here's the inside. My camera's like all wonky today, so I can't find like placement. There it is. Super cute. If you've ever done like the neon color vibe or something, that's just what it super reminds me of. And here is the palette, and here are the brushes. Super neon. I absolutely love the vibes that this is giving me. I am extremely excited about this eyeshadow palette. It just is gorgeous looking, and it's like the first BH Cosmetics palette that I was like, I absolutely need this in my life. This palette has 20 shades and there's so much variety. There's enough to do neutral looks, there's enough to do darker, kind of smokier looks, there's enough to do lots and lots of pops of color. So excited for this. And there's a good variety of mattes and shimmers, and I have no idea how they perform because I haven't even swatched them yet, but I cannot wait to put my fingers in them like right now. The palette has a mirror, which is always super important to me. Here are 10 of the swatches. I have the other 10 on my other arm. I love the purples and pinks on this arm so much. Here are the other 10. You have those kind of blackened shades on the end, those 4, like just a very black background, but so much glitter and not glitter, but shimmer in there. Super pretty. So I love the packaging on both the brushes and the palette. I am obsessed with neon right now, and neon's obviously a pretty big thing right now, especially with festival season around the corner. But it's been making me want to play with color even more than normal, so I mean that's another reason why I wanted to pick up this palette. To start off this look, we're going in Experience. We're going into Pop. The shade's very pastel. It almost looks like a light pink, at least mixing it with the peachy color. I'm sure if you laid down like a white base or concealer, you would get more lavender. It also is building up pretty nicely. I'm going to use this pencil brush and go into Pop again. Next I'm taking this brush, and it's the number 9. It's a more dense crease brush, and we're going to go into Sequins. It seems like it needs to be built up more than I thought it would, so now I'm patting it on there. I don't know if you can see, but this color, like, It has a little bit of patchiness when working with it, so I feel like it might not be the best like to deepen up a crease shade, but maybe all over the lid would be fine. So it's a little patchy right there, so I feel like I'm gonna have to add like a different type of color there. I'm gonna take this and put some underneath the lid. Lower lash line. We're gonna try this brush for all over lid. It's a number 5. I saw someone on their page talking about using this as a all over the lid brush. We're gonna try it in Candy. Candy's like this awesome. Candy's a really cool neon coral color. I don't know why they used this brush though. For like a soft all over the lid, we're gonna use the flat shader brush it comes with and go into Candy. Okay, so this doesn't have like a lot of background pigment. This one's more you definitely have to build this one up. Try putting sequin on top of that. Let's make it a little more purpley. Go back into Candy, put some here. The yellow is more pigmented than I thought it would be on its own, but you definitely, if you wanted to do an intense look, you'd want a base. We're gonna go into Disco. I've never used one of these before. I feel like it'd be good to put concealer on and shape up your brows though. It's very defined. Now adding some Lemonhead Houdini. I really like this because it shifts purple, but is sheer. Love Lemonhead glitters. I have reviews on these if you guys are interested. Jacqueline's awake. I don't know where I want to put it, and I kind of feel like I want to use this just because it's fun. Let's try it. I've never used it this way, but where do I want to put this? I need to use it, but where? Everywhere. I'm gonna put it up here. Just add some random, right where we placed the purple the first time. So if you're looking for new cute brushes, you know, there's these ones that exist. I feel like there's cheaper, if you really need brushes, there's also some cheaper ones on BH Cosmetics, like their older sets, but they're not cute neon, so, you know, so they're good. But I did hear some people complain like this brush was like too flimsy for them, which is one of the blending brushes. There's like 3 types of crease brushes, so I actually liked it for like when you're doing your lightest transition shade, really well for that for me. But for like doing like defined crease, I would not use this brush. The only brush I think I didn't really enjoy, and I have another brush from Morphe like this, and this is the number 5 brush, and it's just, I saw them try and use it like all over their lid. It didn't really work for the color that I was using all over the lid. You can maybe use this to contour the nose though, or to like pack on primer onto your lid. So that's probably what I'll use it for. Never again for an all over shader brush. But these just aren't my favorite types of brushes in general, but all the other ones I know I'll use and love. 12-piece brush set, and it comes with this angled brush holder. Let's see what else it says about it. So it has the different things you get. You get a large powder brush, a round powder brush, an angled blush brush, a highlight brush, a dense shader brush, a large shader brush, a flat shader brush, a large blending brush, a round crease brush, a blending brush, a round smudge brush, and then your detailed mini fan brush, which I actually really liked. Does it say? I mean, I feel like they have to be. I need to find out if they're synthetic, because I feel like they have to be, because someone specifically asked me that. So I need to look this up. Okay, so these are synthetic bristles. For the eyes, I don't think there's a lot of facing, so you definitely have to reach for more face brushes, but for the eyes I felt pretty like this is a good eye brush set. Like I could complete a whole look. I didn't have to reach for other brushes. Like I said, I did 2 tutorials now using them, and I didn't feel like, ooh, I need this brush. So I enjoyed it. I do like the brushes, and I'm happy I have them. So I'm gonna be completely honest here. The mattes I felt like blended so great together. The only one I had problems with so far is Sequin, and that's the shade, and that's because it just like it was hard to build up. I feel like if I had maybe a different type of base, but it left me feeling like I needed to add a darker shade to kind of help build it up to create the crease that I really wanted. So I had to go into DJ and kind of help build it up. It was like a tiny bit patchy, so I feel like it's a good shade to kind of do like transitions with these darker colors, but maybe not be your crease shade, or an all over the lid shade, but maybe it needs a stickier base, or I feel like a lot of these need a white base if you really want to get that intense pop of color. This yellow for like every day, it was pretty good. Like people are gonna be like, yeah, you have yellow on your eyes. But if you're looking for like that bright Instagram type look where you want it to really pop, I would definitely use a white base. And that goes with all of these. Like the brighter you want it to be, definitely use a white base. These do need a little extra work. Some of these shimmers perform just fine. I was kind of disappointed in Candy because the shade was gorgeous. It's like this bright neon pinky shade, but I mean, you really had to work with it. I had to build, forever build, and use a wet brush, so it needed a lot of help. It was more kind of toppery-esque shade, but when I used Queen the other day, it worked. You know, I didn't have to build it as intensely, so I think just some of them you have to give a little bit more work with. So if you know that's something you don't want to do, there's so many color palettes out there too, so if you don't want to work with these, I get it. Something I absolutely love though is this color scheme. These 2 rows especially just have my heart completely, which is why that's what I basically use. I love the neon pink mixed with the lavender purple. It's just gorgeous. But you can also create some neutral looks out of this too, very easily. Like you have these 2 rows. This blue I have to kind of rave about. I wasn't excited about it, and when I swatched it, I was like, holy moly, like no patchiness, super duper intense. Like it was kind of crazy. I actually almost used that to deepen up my crease. I was like, I don't know how that's gonna go, so I decided against it, but I'll probably try the blue another time. Maybe I'll do another bright look tutorial using this. These blackened shades all swatched really nicely, but I didn't use any of them. They kind of remind me of the blackened shades that are in the new ColourPop's Villains palette. For like a beginner, I don't necessarily think it's the best palette just because you might be disappointed. You're gonna have to put work into it. It's definitely for someone who knows how to finagle eyeshadows a little bit more, like, oh yes, this one's gonna need some base, you know, like people that know how to do makeup. I feel like if you don't, like, you're gonna be like, why is this shadow not going on my eye? But I do enjoy it and I plan on using it more, but it does take extra work. They're super powdery, which whatever, but what I was surprised at is even though it was so powdery and I tap it off, like, I'd still have quite a bit on my brush and I didn't have very much fallout. I didn't have very much fallout at all. The only one I did was candy, and I think it's because I built it up so much. I had so much on my eye. But yeah, the rest of it I didn't really have fallout. Like with the dark brown shade, didn't have much fallout. Don't know about these darker colors though. So let me know what your thoughts are on this palette if you plan on getting it, or these brushes. I'm happy to add them to my collection, and since festival season's coming up, I'll do more looks with them for you guys. And let me know if there's any specific colors or color kind of scheme you'd like me to try with this palette. So like we could do like a more bluish, or the green. I really want to use this green. It's really pretty, but I think those really shimmery pastel color or like lighter colors are kind of more toppery. So I feel like now that I know that, maybe I'll have to, you know, get a white base or something before I do another tutorial with it, just so I can really make it look the best it can look, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to do something you guys be like, okay, that's cool, I would never put that on my eyes, but thanks for spending, you know, hours and hours of your day to try and do it. Thank you guys again, and you all have a great day. Bye!